Welcome to day 3 of the Christmas Advent Calendar podcast. So today I'm going to be joined by Candice Matthew. She is a leading business and manifestation mentor, spiritual realist and strategic guide. She's helped thousands of women shift their mindset and build soul-aligned success. A featured expert in the top UK coaching and lifestyle publications, Candice blends deep spiritual wisdom with practical strategy to support women in launching and scaling impactful businesses. She has graced high-profile stages with her no-fluff approach to manifestation, intuitive power, and mindset reprogramming. Her signature glow-up experiences help entrepreneurs break through blocks, elevate their offers, and manifest their ultimate businesses and lives. And I am so honored that I get to have her on the Christmas Advent Calendar podcast. Candice, welcome to today's podcast. I am so excited to have you on. And after the introduction, obviously I've explained to all of our gorgeous viewers who you are, but I want all of our amazing women to hear from you and your beautiful business and what you do.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be a part of the Advent Calendar. So I have been in business for all my life, actually. So I went and trained at uni. So I trained as a dancer. So I'm trained for the stage. And when I came out of education, there were no jobs. So I went in thinking I'd become a qualified dance teacher in a school and have a full-time job. And there was no job. So I decided, right, I'm just going to create my own brand or my own thing and just go and approach different schools. So I created a company called Candice, which was a dance company where I went into different schools and did dance with nursery, secondary schools, GCSE dance, dementia care homes, special schools, and I just went wild in schools education, and I absolutely loved what I did. I had a team of staff working for me as well, so business is something I've had from the beginning. And I got to the point in that company where I started to recognise that I was actually burnt out and overworking because I was teaching dance, so physically the impacts of teaching dance, but also I was driving a lot of miles. So I did my qualification in Birmingham, but most of my contacts were in Leicester. So I was doing a lot of mileage backwards and forwards, and I started to develop chest pains. And I just thought, I don't know what this is. So the ambulance came out and they said, oh, it's stress. And it was like, at that point, I was like, am I stressed? I had to even think about whether I was stressed. So that led me down a channel, I guess, to recognise that actually I'm doing all this work, but I loved it, but it was no longer fulfilling me. So I got to the peak of my career in that business where I was like, something has to change. So I had chest pains, but also sore throats reoccurring. So there was something that was going on within that made me have to actually recognise that what I'm doing is impacting my health, and I need to check out the warning signs, because your body is just amazing. Your body will tell you when something's not quite right. So I was in kind of discord with that for a while, not really understanding or knowing what I could do or where to move, really, because dance was all I knew. And then
and that must have been really hard, just to say that, you know, if that's all you had known, and then your body starts throwing up these things that you start, you know, questioning and second guessing and thinking, well, why am I going through that? And obviously a lot of women that are going to be listening to this will be able to relate, because when stress and anxiety presents themselves in business, and especially with something that you love so much, you think, hold on a second, this has really caught me off guard here.
Yeah. So I was in a lot of pain, and I was so confused when the ECG came back as nothing's wrong with you, because my pain in my chest was hurting. So I've always been connected, because I'm an identical twin. So we've always had like this feeling and connection and telepathic connection. And I've always been quite spiritual, but not consciously, just very empathic and caring, and people will always come to me for advice and help. So there was this journaling course that came up online, and it was a dream day journaling course, which is basically to write your dream life as if it's happening now. So you write as
Oh,
if
wow.
it's happening today. So it's like, today I woke up and ... there's dream soul clients, laptop lifestyle, and those were the things that I was writing about. And my identical twin sister was writing exactly the same, because we had a little bit of a comparison of notes. It was like a laptop lifestyle, clients from all around the globe, freedom lifestyle. So the coach who was delivering the 30-day journaling course had this feeder course. So once you've done that, then it flows into those that are wanting to become a manifesting coach. So I knew about manifesting, like from The Secret. So The Secret is a book where I'd say for your audience to start with. So it's all about how to craft your dream life. So she had a course on to become a manifesting coach. It was £14,000. I had to be interviewed for it. So I had my interview and I was like, yeah, well, I want to do it. It's amazing. I don't know what I'll do, but yeah, let's go. And then my sister had her interview and she said, yeah, I want to do it too. So we were like, oh, okay, well, we might as well get 2 for 1 then with this deal.
We basically practically look the same, so we could both just be one person.
So why not get like half price?
And for anyone that hasn't obviously met Candice's sister, I have had the pleasure of being in both of their gorgeous company on a stage in London when we both met in 2019, and we both got to share a stage and speak together. And both the girls are absolutely just the best. They are like, you both are amazing.
It's really, really excited, because actually without that I wouldn't be sat here.
I know. Yeah, we wouldn't be sitting having this conversation.
Just amazing. So we approached the coach and said, this is our idea, will you take us on as a duo? And she was like, wow, yeah, that's an amazing idea, let's do it. So we were like, right, okay, what can we do with the cost then? Because 14k is a lot of money.
Times 2.
So we got a bit of a deal. I don't think it was half and half, but I think it was a bit of a bonus, Brucey bonus as I call it. And,
I love it.
And then we were just on the phone and we were like, right, let's just become the LOA twins, the Law of Attraction twins. And we were looking online to see whether anybody was called it. Nobody was called it. And then we created that brand, which was based on us not having a clue what we're doing, not having any of the strategy or anything to run a business together. Obviously, I ran my business, but this was an online business, so there were so many things for us to learn, understand, get a laptop, just the skills as well to be able to deliver online. And we created Law of Attraction Twins, which was a multiple 6-figure business over 4-5 years. And we had so much amazing fun in the industry. And then we got to a point, so our biggest year was COVID when that hit. Most people at that point got to the point where they were like, I really don't want to be doing my job or going back. People got to that realization. So we had our year. And it was successful for 5 or 6 years. And then we got to the point where we wanted to move on separate journeys. I say we wanted to, I didn't see it coming, but we reached acceptance that actually we have our own journeys and we have our own soul purposes that we need to manifest and fulfill. So she works with children and she's got a successful franchise, which is amazing. And then I continued on with adults because I felt like my job wasn't done yet. And I've created, off the back of the success that we had with the Law of Attraction Twins, I've created now I'm just moving up to align with where the law of attraction twins got to. So it's proof that you can run any business and
I love this.
as it evolves.
And obviously, for the female and male, I shouldn't segregate, but our audience is mainly female. For the female listeners out there, and certainly in my community that, you know, are avid listeners of the podcast, anyone that might not understand the word manifest or might be new to it or dipping their toe in, can you give us, kind of in layman's terms, what manifesting actually is? Because I know the power of manifestation, but I want our listeners to know what manifesting is.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you an example and then I'm going to get you to embody it.
Okay.
You can start attracting straight away. So I believe that manifestation is your ability to attract positive, good things into your reality. So I believe that we're manifesting all the time anyway. So manifestation is our reality. It's our desires, it's our experiences, and the things that we physically, tangibly, inside, internally, externally, that we have in our realities. And to be a good manifester, you get good at attracting the things that you want into your reality. So whether that's the way that you feel, the business you have, the clients, the money, the house, the car, the babies. So it's all of those things that you want. So every single soul has a different want, and you can't compare those wants. So every person, no matter who you are, you have to honour that want. So if somebody says that they want money, for example, that's a good thing. That it can sometimes be looked down upon if there's certain things that you want that somebody else thinks, oh, well, you shouldn't be asking for that because you should be doing a business because of ... Whereas I believe that whatever you want, whatever it is, you are deserving and worthy of it. So it's getting really good at attracting those things into your reality. And the better that you get at it, the quicker things start to come in. But with manifestation, what can happen is that because we hold fear and we hold limiting beliefs, that actually the things that we want that aren't coming into our reality, it's often because there's fear and the resistance that's there needs to be mopped up, as I say, dealt with. So yeah, that's it. So I'm going to do a little game with you to get you.
I love a game.
And it is Christmas as well, so
Yeah.
we'll do this as a fun Christmas cracker.
Could someone play this round the Christmas table on Christmas Day?
Yeah.
Ah, there we go then. We've got our first Christmas game of the podcast. I love it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes.
Okay.
So everybody watching, close your eyes. And you're just going to take some deep breaths in. And I want you now to visualise an animal. So try not to overthink it. The first thing that comes into your mind or your vision, you got that animal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's yours?
It is a lion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to imagine that lion in your vision. And what you're going to do is you're going to imagine it in a different, unusual colour. So not the colour that a lion would be, a completely different colour that's completely different. Could have stripes, spots, just any unusual colour. You got it?
Yeah, I do. Do I share it?
Yeah, share.
Okay, it's a purple male lion with a huge purple mane.
Love that. So you can open your eyes now.
Okay.
So everybody watching, you've got 24 hours to manifest what you've just visualised. So it can't be half of the colour, it has to be the same colour, same animal. And you don't go out there on Google, anybody looking for it. You have to do
purple lion.
So the reason why this works is that it's something playful. So with attracting an animal in an unusual colour, there's no fear or resistance that should be attached to that unless you've got the fear of, oh, how that's going to happen. So what you have to do is you've got to allow it to come. So you don't go looking for it. You set the intention. I'm manifesting a purple pig. And
love it.
You've got 24 hours to notice when that shows up in your reality. And those of
Okay.
you out there that do that quickly, what I want you to do is message me on Instagram. So go to my Instagram. My handle is at the Candice Matthew. And the first 2 people in your following and in your audience that manifest it, take a picture of it. So I've got your evidence. And then there's going to be a sparkly Christmas cracker prize that you get.
Oh, I love this. This is so good. And also, Candice's Instagram handle and everything is going to be in the show notes. So make sure, obviously, to head to the show notes of the podcast after this and go and follow. We're obviously not finished, but go and follow Candice. And I want to see you share these photos and tag both of us in stories as well. And I am now going to be on the hunt for a purple lion over the next 24 hours. I'm going to let you know.
It
I
could
love
be
this.
anywhere. It could literally be anywhere. So I have random messages, even like a year later, and they go, do you know how you got me to manifest that brown giraffe? It's here. It's shown up a year later. So I literally get like loads of messages, and I get so excited because it's like, we're not really talking about serious stuff. And this is why I love what I do, because actually, in order for me to connect with my audience, it's actually through play and just through rainbows. And I've been doing rainbows today, like who's manifesting rainbows, and it's through that. And then that's like their entry point or access point to the deeper work, which is obviously life can get serious and does get serious most of the time. But this is like a way of me being able to connect with my audience and go, yeah, let's just have a bit of fun with this and just see what you can attract. Once you attract it into your reality, which lots of you will do, you can then start to go a bit deeper. So actually, let me manifest £10. But it's like, oh no, I don't think I can do that because there's so much resistance I've got around money.
It is crazy the amount of people that I speak to that, you know, there are so many money blocks out there with money and mindset, and it actually comes down to, you know, working on those self-limiting beliefs and really setting your intentions to manifest abundance. What would you say? Obviously, we're going to come on to the advice that you're going to give our lovely guests and followers and women in a moment. But long does it take, if someone's never heard of manifesting before and you introduce them to this playful manifestation technique, to where they want to call something in terms of money or something to align with work, is there a general format or timeline that people naturally follow a path, or is it completely sporadic?
I feel like biz have our own journeys. And also, depending on what you are manifesting and what blocks or resistance you have to that manifesting, can slow down or even pause or stop that from happening because of the fear and the resistance that you actually need to clear. It's rhyming. So it's actually,
yeah, it does. I love it.
Recognize so the quicker you get at observing, first knowing what you want. So some people live their life and don't even know what they want because they're living somebody else's life, or they're doing everything for everybody else, or they've just never thought about it. So the first step would be being really clear on what it is you're asking for and what it is that you're wanting. If it's in business, then what are you wanting in your business? Like, be really clear and what I call colourful. So sometimes we have the outside and the outline, but we don't have the depth and the detail. So manifestation can help you to get that detail. So first you want to really get clear on what it is I'm asking for, so that intention's there and clear and set. And then once you've got that, you then want to, as quick as you can, understand on what resistance and fear do I have of that not happening, and really understanding that. Because once you know that, you go, right, okay, then there's something I can do about it. And that's where people get the most blocks or resistance to even doing that, because we live in a world where we don't want to admit when we're going through something, or we don't want to ask for help because we want our lives to look or be or feel perfect. But actually, in order for you to manifest, you actually have to have an element of realism to what it is that you're wanting and why it's not happening in the first place. And through my work, I always highly promote that honesty with yourself, and that honesty of being able to go, right, yeah, I have been doing that, and I call it an energetic bitch slap. And sometimes you actually
I
need
love this.
a conversation with yourself and go like, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah. What the hell is happening here?
So in my community, everybody calls it EB slap.
Love it.
It's just being able to go, right, hold on a minute, and have a conversation with yourself, and not be like, and being nasty to yourself. It's actually just being real with yourself and going, oh, and it's actually funny when you go, hold on, I'm doing it again. I'm doing that again. And everybody will have their version of what that again is. And it's being able to go, right, stop it. So have commands that you can say to yourself in order to kind of break those cycles and those habits. So for me, with my work, with manifesting, obviously people think it's just manifesting like houses and babies, and actually there's so much more deeper work that's embedded within that, because it's actually the rewiring or the relabeling of the subconscious, which often completely stops us from achieving and succeeding at the root and the way that we can. So it's being able to all unpick that, but also then what my work promotes is actually now and future focus. It's, I understand I'm doing that, or I understand I need to let go of that, but actually now I want to move forward. And that's when you get really good at manifesting, because you don't cling on to the past. You just keep moving and moving and recognizing when there's resistance, but you still continue to thrive. And that's what I just love to see with people, is they recognize that there's habits and there's routines, but it's actually being able to break that and then thrive with their business and life. It's just the journey to be able to see what they were to before and after, the glow up, I call it. It's amazing.
And obviously we're going to come on to the value and the tip that you want to give to the women for 2026. But, you know, business isn't always easy, and things are hard. Things can feel hard, and we obviously grow when we do sit in the uncomfortable sometimes. You've used a couple of words there which I love, which you're going to kind of dive deeper into in a moment, and one of them is glow up. So do you want to share with us what your beautiful tip value is for the women and why this really matters the most?
Yeah, so my tip is, no matter what you are going through or experiencing, always find the courage and that inner strength to be able to keep on glowing, keep on going and striving forward. And that is just something that's just so embedded in not just my journey, but also my clients, is that we all have our own version of shitstorm, I call it.
Yeah, literally.
Or Shit's Creek, is it? It's like that. When life couldn't get any worse. And I've got this moment in my life when so many things were going wrong. I say wrong. So many things were going in a direction that at the time I felt were hard, struggle and confusing, frustrating. And one of them was the breakdown of the law of attraction twins, and actually who am I without her? Who am I on my own? And will people accept me as a just Candice? Who is just Candice? And I went through such a journey of just not knowing what direction to go in, what to do. And I was walking down the road, and as I was walking, my flip-flop broke. And I was
no.
I'd had a breakup, then the breakdown of the business, and then the flip-flop broke. And then in that moment, I was just like, if I don't laugh right now, I'm going to cry.
I'm going to cry.
So I was trying to walk with the flip-flop, and I was just literally in hysterics. And it's finding that lightness as well in the journey, because when you're going through hard times and tough times, it is hard and it is hurtful and you are in pain. But one of my go-to methods is try to find the lightness somewhere. That's why I've got sayings like energetic bitch slap and the flip-flop moment. It's because no matter how hard things are getting, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. So actually going through this journey on my own and navigating who I am led me on a journey of moving into a glow up. So people always say, so they're saying it at the minute because I've been through like a transition of moving through lots of stuff, is you're glowing. And it's like that glow is that pain and struggle that is then moved into purpose. And I've had to actually continue to go. And what happens is when you move through your struggles and move through that pain, and you find the route out, the intention, the desires, what you do is you manifest a glow up. So glow up is inside, it's the inside that radiates out to you, through you, and then beyond to your audience. So then your audience is like, what is happening with you? And then they start to notice. So lots of my clients have this glow, and then people will start to notice the glow that they're having. So it's an energetic thing that has been instilled in my journey, but also flown out to my clients and those that, not always clients, just people that connect with me and I connect with.
I love that. And I think I resonate so much with that beautiful tip value that you've shared with us today, because when I met you for the first time, I was a week into an absolute shitstorm in my life. And I remember standing in the speakers gallery with you and your sister, and I was thinking to myself, I just don't even have it in me to get up on that stage and share my story. And my story at the time was something that, yes, I was or had gone through, and I was partly coming out the back of with my son and my business. But at that time, a week from this particular event happening and standing on the stage, my husband's business had collapsed. He'd gone into recover from exhaustion. We were about to lose our house, our cars. I was left with a baby. And I remember standing in front of both you and your sister, and you had pulled out this beautiful crystal out of the inside of your bra, and I was completely in awe of the both of you. And I was like, oh my god, these girls are just like the energy. And I remember a couple of things that you were talking about with, you know, your soul guides and the crystals and keep going, and that really kind of led me on my journey of manifestation. And I resonate with that value so much, because no matter how hard things are, it's digging deep into your internal state. And we've got to change our state, change our story, and really looking at the direction that we want to keep going in. And that summer and the months before that event actually happened, it really taught me that actually you could have the best strategies in the world for your business, but if you don't work on the internal energetic makeup of yourself, and you look at how you glow and keep growing and going, actually you're not going to move any further than what you are. Where you're moving, your direction.
What I was getting from when you were saying that is deal with the damage. It's like we all have those things that have hurt us and impacted us. And I think as humans, we're conditioned to keep going and to keep following systems. And I won't even go down that avenue, but it's something that I'm really interested in. But it's the damage, it's the underneath within that actually needs to be resolved and reconciled. And having that, not just word with yourself, but actually taking the action. So I call it Glow Getter. It's like my membership's called Glow Getter. So it's not about just getting the glow. It's actually about you taking action, to take aligned action to actually make that change. And it's not even making it, it's sometimes breaking it, because we're conditioned, we're habitual beings. We love habits and routines. And actually some of those are good, but actually some, like cleaning your teeth, is great habit, but actually there's some habits that we do have aren't good and aren't useful. So it's actually recognizing what those are, and whether that's procrastination or questioning or trust issues or whatever your thing is, and we all will have many. It's being able to actually go, right, I'm actually wanting and willing and courageous enough to actually do something about this and make this change. And that's where habit is not easy. It's not easy to break habits, because habits are instilled within us. So it takes 30 days to break a habit and 90 days to build a new one. So that's 3 months alone. And then you still have relapses in that as well. So being able to actually take the action, and that's something that I really do teach. It's that we can all say we want an amazing business, or we want this and we want that, but what are we doing about it, and actually taking that action where it's aligned so you can actually manifest the things that you do want. It's that internal will within to be able to keep on going and keep on stepping even when it gets hard and tough, and yes, keep on going.
And would you say for women listening to this, if they are in a state at the moment where they have many self-limiting beliefs and they are feeling they've got to the end of the year and maybe they're not quite where they want to be, or things are a little bit harder, a little bit more challenging, what would you say is a good exercise to start with, to start to recognise where they are and then how they want to move forward into starting to manifest their best business or their best life for 2026?
Yeah, so I'm a bit biased because my entry point was Dream Day Journaling. So Dream Day Journaling is actually a writer, a mentor, Denise Dufferfield. So she's got a,
Oh, yes.
do you know her?
I've heard of her, yeah.
Yeah, so she's got a book called Get Rich, Lucky Bitch. I think that's
Oh, yes. Yeah. That's a really good book.
that was one of the books that I read to start my journey, and this exercise is within it. But if you do a chat GTP, it will explain how to do Dream Day Journaling. But I believe that the easiest way is to go wild on what you want. Go wild on what you want. So you do this every morning, and actually it's quite nice to do it along with the Advent as well. So every day for 30 days from the 1st or the 3rd to the 3rd.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, get a nice luscious notebook, something that you love, get a nice sparkly pen, or Christmas themed pen, and you write in the morning. Every day you get up, you can have a different starting point. So I'd start with the things that you want to attract. So what would you like to attract? And then I'll give you an example based on what you're wanting. So what's one of your desires?
I think one of my desires is to do more in the business, do more stage speaking work.
Okay, so
yeah,
today I've woken up. It's my very first speaking event since the business has evolved. I'm really excited because it's my dream location. So again, you could go, where would that be? So you will go wild on that. So the starting point's the easiest part, but then you start to colour it in with your writing. So I'd say, like, who's there? What do you feel like? What can you see around you? What can you sense? What happens after the event? Have you got loads of clients that start following you and talking to you, or booking, and again, you can go through the journey of waking up and doing the event, but then transitioning until the end of the day you've just delivered your biggest role, or the most. How many would you like to speak in front of? 1,000, 2,000. So you can literally go into that depth, and again, you might not even know straight away. It will come through when you're writing, and then close your book. Next day, go wild again.
Do it again.
And it could be on family. It could be.
I love this.
Yeah. So that has to be it, because without that, I wouldn't be sat here, because it was the Dream Day Journaling, which was freedom lifestyle, clients from all around the globe. And again, it's everything I wrote is manifested. So I actually need to continue doing the Dream Day Journaling, because obviously the journal starts picking up, and it's like you're unconsciously tapping into your needs, which then attracts what you want. But again, it's from a place of not overthinking it. It's like, I'm just going to to what I want, and that feeling activates the manifestation, because it starts to come in, because you're starting to get clear. and intentional on what it is that you're wanting, but also what you're asking for.
I love that. And I think if we were to translate that into interior designers that might be listening to this, it's, I suppose, if they are stuck in a rut and they're overwhelmed and that they want to call in their ideal clients, they could sit and actually write about what it would look like for their ideal client. Who is their ideal client? Who is the ideal house? Like, what would the project look like? What would you be working on? How much would the budget be? How much of the fees would come in? Like, what would the whole project length look like? What would it look afterwards? So that could be a really good exercise for the listeners to go away and do and then share.
Yeah, share them.
Oh, I love them. Like, I want to, okay, so why don't we play another little game? Because we're all about Christmas games on this show. Obviously, from the inspiration of Dream Day journaling, I want you also to today to go and write out the perfect scenario with the perfect clients, the perfect projects, like even how are you going up to their house? What are you wearing? What perfume? What handbag? What shoes? What car? Like, let's go crazy on this. I want to see this on stories and I want you to share them on stories and tag Candice in. I want you to tag myself in and let's see how many beautiful Dream Day journals come back and how we can manifest this for 2026.
So you can do your wins as well. So what I do is a universe list. So I do my journaling and then I'll do what's called a universe list. So I just literally list out what I'm asking for. So it could be like clients. I asked for 10 and I got 15 on one of my courses that I launched. So you can have that list as well for those of you that are quite logical. And then what you can do is then you can start tracking the wins. Hold on a minute. I said I wanted a green Porsche and it's just shown up.
Ta-da!
So you start, and this is the thing about manifesting as well, is that it is easier to track those tangible things, but don't underestimate the power of feelings and emotions. Like, just by doing the Dream Day journaling, you start to move into an energy of now and future focus. This is coming. If I can feel this in this writing, it's possible. And you start to shift out of your head and you move into your heart and your energy. And that's what manifestation is. It's being able to attract those things, but it's not from a place of thinking it through. It's actually that feeling your way through and then just seeing it show up and going, wow, like, how has that happened?
I love this. So with that, obviously, the lasting parting message you have for the women, what would it be if you can just give one piece of advice again?
My best advice,
like anything,
would be don't give up. Don't give up, no matter how hard it gets, no matter who says what, because sometimes it's not our stuff, it's other people's stuff that we're taking on that then stops us from achieving and succeeding. So don't give up, no matter what the challenge and what the block is, there will always be a solution. And just keep stepping and let me know when you manifest.
I love this. Thank you, Candice, so much for today's podcast and joining me on day 3 of the Christmas Advent calendar. It's been so lovely to have you on.
Oh, it's been amazing. And it's just so good to connect with you in this way, to see you evolve and to see how much you've grown. And it's just an honour to be here. So thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. And for all of our lovely listeners, if you want to follow Candice, then please head to the show notes where we're going to have her Instagram handle and all of her details on how you can dive deeper into her world. And if you've been following along and you've been playing any of our lovely little Christmas games today as well, please, please, please share them on stories. Tag both of us in.
Yes.
We want to see these lovely manifestations come to life as well for 2026. And join me again tomorrow for day 4 of another amazing podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.